at the Gym Adrenaline here in Regina. It's Shell Shock number 2. It's the first GPC, WPC full 3-lift meet in Saskatchewan to my knowledge. And so basically what it is last year in Edmonton, they started its charity meet around Remembrance Day every year for Vets Canada, which is a charity that helps veterans kind of transition into civilian life if they're having trouble, before their pension comes through, making payments and stuff, to help them out with that. And they go around looking for homeless vets and try to help them out with that too. So we're going to try to raise some money for them here, and hopefully we'll make an annual event in Regina. Basically there's 3 lifts that we do: the squat, the bench, and the deadlift. And so you get 3 attempts at each lift, and you give them your first weight. And if you make that or miss it, you can go higher in weight, or you can take the same one again, but you can't go down. So you do your first 3 squats, you'll do your 3 benches, you'll do your 3 deadlifts, take your best lift from each of those, add them up, and whoever's got the biggest number at the end of the day is the winner. So, seems simple. I'd been in the gym training for other sports all my life, and there's a couple powerlifters out there that kind of said, why don't you get into that? So it's something I can still do when I'm out in the middle of nowhere, as long as I get to the gym, and still kind of pretend I'm an athlete, so that's nice too. And did my first meet probably about 10 years ago and fell in love with it. I don't think the first meet was done, and I was trying to find out when the next one was going to be. Would have been about 2 weeks, 3 weeks before Nationals this year. I was hitting same thing we did today, deadlift openers, and my bicep exploded on me. So ended up going into surgery, and they said probably a year before I was lifting again. And it was tough. Like I said, that was my first Nationals in probably 6-7 years that I wasn't competing at. And I think being there and not being able to lift, and knowing that was the strongest I'd been in my life going up there, and I had big expectations, and just, it hurt. I didn't know if I've lost 50 pounds off my deadlifts since then. So I didn't know if I was going to be able to lift again, if I'd ever get back to where I was. So it was tough. And just coaching everybody, still having to be around it all the time, just reminds you. So I ended up going there, coaching guys and sitting out, and figured, you know what, Worlds are in 6 months. I think I got a shot being ready for it. And things kind of fell into place, and ended up coming back in time and won World Championship again this year. So
it's pretty rare for a competitor to walk into a competition being 100%. Almost everybody here has some type of nagging injury or recovering from something. It's a tough sport. You're pushing hard. You're doing a lot of grinding, and you do get injured, but you got to battle through it. And it's great to have family and friends out here. I mean, everybody's cheering, got a great crowd. Yeah, it means a lot, to have support, people who want to see you succeed. Even the competitors, we're rooting for each other, even though we're beating each other. That's what's great about the sport.
a lot different. A lot younger guys are coming in, a lot more of the raw lifting. So when I started, it was mostly equipped guys, so you're wearing the bench shirts and suits and stuff, and that's starting to come back. We kind of went away there, and a lot more women. Like, I think we got over 50% women lifting this meet, where when I started, you had maybe 3 or 4 in the meet, so it's really changed. A couple friends of mine own a supplement shop in town here, and said they had this girl who was kind of having trouble with the guy who was coaching her, and wondered if I'd help her out a bit. And she had a meet in December that she wanted to do, so I said, yeah, I'll get you ready for it. And
I actually started lifting in my high school gym at Lebolas High School, just south of the city here in Regina, and I was just lifting there in grade 11 I was, and I actually started doing like the football program at the school and like mixing with my own program, and started just to try to lift a little bit heavier weights than the average person. Started worrying about more of like a physique kind of thing going on, but then I realized I love lifting weights heavy rather than to look good, and so I decided to pick a gym that that's what they specialize in, and that's how I came here. Met Lee Powell, then ended up doing our program and working together, and I ended up doing my first competition at Last Chance in Moose Jaw, which was in December. Last chance was the last time you could break world records, or sorry, break Canadian records. And it didn't go as well as I planned, but of course that's every first competition. You're gonna have nerves. And then I ended up doing my first competition actually here at Medal, and it was a push-pull, so it was a bench and a deadlift. And I kicked butt, and I was so happy, and I realized the nerves were out, and it was probably one of the most amazing competitions I've ever done. I actually ended up breaking a world record, which qualified me to go to World Championships.
I don't know what it is. she's mean, you know, she's not like a kid. It's kind of, you want to push her and you realize that she is only 19. You kind of got to let her do her thing and just enjoy it. And she took to it, and she had some success right off the start and just kind of fell in love with it, I guess. It's kind of what happens. You do your first one and you love it or you hate it, and for better or worse, that's the way it's going to be. So we'll see. Next year, this was her last year as a team, so she moves into the junior category next year, so that'll be the big test. And we'll start getting, she'll be lifting against women instead of kids, so it'll get tougher, and we'll see how she handles that. But I'm sure she'll do great, and she's got a bright future if she sticks with it. Turnout was a lot bigger than we expected, but manageable. Nobody's died yet, nothing started on fire, so I'm happy. Everybody seems to be having fun. Beers are selling, food's here, and I think it went well. This close to Remembrance Day, it's a good cause. We got a bunch of veterans out here. We're hoping to see some guys from the Basin Moose Jaw and some of the Regina Rifles, but I guess there's a training exercise out in Wainwright right now, so they couldn't make it. But no, good turnout. It's a good cause, and hopefully we raise them a lot of money.
If you have program ideas that you'd like to see on Max TV Local On Demand, write us at max.local@sasktel.com.